So what's my best advice for aspiring creators? Whether you've just started on YouTube, whether you've just got 50 subscribers, 100 subscribers, 500 subscribers, or even if you've got to 1,000, what is my best advice for aspiring creators? Well, my first bit of advice is that you should just learn as much as you can when you first get on the platform, when you first think about getting started, when you first think about starting a channel. Before you do anything, just learn as much as you can from everyone. There's so much free information out there. You don't need to spend tons of money to begin with to learn. You can just learn from just doing your own research. And I'm going to recommend some channels to you that I think you should follow. Follow channels like Think Media and VidiQ, Creator Science, Film Booth, Nick Nimmin, Roberto Blake. They are all YouTube growth channels, and they will help you to get started on YouTube. They'll talk about everything from what sort of videos to make compelling hooks, to make great titles and thumbnails, to how to write good scripts, how to edit your videos, what sort of things you should be doing to capture people's attention. Those channels just put out free content every single day, as well as my channel, obviously. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to know YouTube growth education, because that's what I'm doing as well on this channel, as well as filmmaking and tech reviews, which is other things you're going to need to know. But all of those channels, including my own, will help you to get started. And we will all just give you free information, free videos that we've learned from our experience over the last few years that works and that we found that works. So things that worked, things that don't work, and we'll just share that with you so you know what to do and what not to do. So just learn as much as you can. Then follow some business channels like Alex Hormozy, Simon Squibb, Dan Martell. They will give you advice on business and sales and how to get started with selling products and building your funnels and automating your system so you can sell your brand and market yourself to maximize your revenue. Then you want to follow channels like Full-Time Filmmaker, which is a channel about they help you with all your filmmaking and how to film yourself, edit yourself, how to do B-roll and all that sort of thing, what sort of cameras and gear to use. Channels like that are just really, really good for helping you with the whole filmmaking part of it. Then you can follow a channel called Creator Wizard or Justin Moore, which will help you with sponsorship deals and how to get the best sponsorships for brands. Once you've got to 1,000 subscribers and the brands start rolling in, you can then follow them and they will give you all the best advice. All of these channels, and there's much more out there, and if you know any, drop them in the comments, but all of these channels will help you to grow your channel and just make you learn as much as possible when you're first starting out, because you need to be a sponge and just absorb all of the information that you can from other people. And there's so much free information out there that you can just learn it all for free by watching YouTube videos when you're or listening to YouTube videos or podcasts when you're on your way to work. Anything you're doing when you've got any free time, rather than sitting in front of Netflix or binge watching some rubbish on telly, use the time to learn and grow as a person and develop yourself, because you will only get better. I spent about 6 months just binge watching and absorbing every piece of information I could before I even got started on this channel or my other channel, so that I would have a competitive edge over anyone else, so that I knew what to do. Your first videos are always going to suck. They always are. And my first videos sucked. My videos now will probably suck when I look back in 2 years' time. But all you can do is just keep getting better each time. So just absorb as much information as you can. Watch videos on editing. Watch videos on graphic design. Watch videos on how to do basic research on YouTube and stuff like that. Just watch as much as you can and learn as much as you can to get better. And that brings me on to my next piece of advice before you get started. And that is to be absolutely sure that YouTube is what you want. So before you get started as a YouTuber, be absolutely sure it's what you want. Don't just do it because you think, well, they're doing it, I can do it. Or you see your friends doing it and stuff like that. Don't just jump on the bandwagon. Be absolutely sure that it's something that's right for you. We have someone in our community, who I'm not going to name, who Jerry knows who I'm talking about if he's still watching. But we have someone in our community who is, we all joke and say they're the most popular non-streamer streamer, because this person we play with regularly. They're one of the most authentic and genuine personalities you can meet, and they're great. We love them. They're just great friends of ours. We play with them, Call of Duty and other games with them regularly. And if they were to stream, they would blow up. But they just don't stream because they're not interested. They just don't want to stream. So, but they have big streamers fighting to get their attention and to stream with them regularly, but they just don't want to. So be absolutely sure it's what you want. If you want to be a streamer or a content creator or make videos like I'm making, be absolutely sure it's what you want. And the next thing I would say is to enjoy it. Like, make sure that you enjoy what you're doing. Don't get started if it's going to be a chore from you from the outset. You've got to enjoy it. I make videos on tech and filmmaking because I love tech. I'm a big tech nerd. I love tech. I love filmmaking. And I like stuff about productivity because I'm all about trying to be productive and get the most out of every hour I can in the day, especially with kids and a wife and a family and job and all that sort of thing. And I also love YouTube education and learning everything I can about YouTube. So I just share everything that I'm going to learn anyway because I love it with all of my audience and make videos about it. That is what you should do. That is the bar you should be aiming for. And then once it turns to a business, it turns to a business, but make sure it's what you want to do. Then once you know what you want to do, you need to pick a lane, pick a niche. Don't try and make videos that's going to help a massive broad audience. So you look at my channel, right? So my channel is mainly for new and aspiring creators. So that includes everything to do with tech and filmmaking that you're going to need to be a creator. The cameras and microphones and gear you're going to need in order to be a vlogger, a creator, a streamer, all of that sort of thing. Your computer setup, your studio setup, all of that sort of thing you're going to need to be a creator. The YouTube education part of it, which I've been on YouTube for 2 years, just got 1,000 subscribers. I've got another gaming channel with 1,000 subscribers. So I have a little bit of knowledge on it and I'm obsessed with it anyway. So I'm sharing my knowledge with people. So the YouTube education part of it. And when you're trying to be a YouTuber and you're trying to be a creator and you're trying to learn everything there is to know about being a creator, most of the time you've got a job as well. So you're going to need to try and balance everything and be productive. Hence the productivity part of it. It all blends in and all works together. That is my niche. That is my area, is to help aspiring creators to 5 times their income through YouTube and to get started on YouTube. So that is what you need to have. You need to have a tagline and you need to have a niche. Well, the best thing to do is to actually go onto Word or Notion or whatever, open up some notes on your phone and write down who your ideal target audience is. Give them a name. Write down all of what they want to do. What's their age? What's their hobbies? What's their interests? What things they're struggling with in life? What do they want to do? What's their dreams and goals? And then you will have channel avatar. And all your videos need to be aimed at that one person. So you need to pretend they're actually a real person. That's where you pick a lane and that's how you get more views because you're targeting a specific audience. Next is to just get started. Now, I've said this before, but if you're an aspiring creator or even if you're thinking about getting started, and I'm talking to you right now, I don't want to hear, oh, I'll get started tomorrow. Yeah, I thought about starting a channel. Yeah, I could. Okay. Why don't you set up your channel tonight and make your first video tomorrow and upload it tomorrow? Oh, no, I can't do that tomorrow. Oh, no, I'm not ready yet. Well, why not? What's stopping you? I haven't got the right gear. Okay. Why don't you use your phone? No, I can't do that. I can't just use my phone. Why not? I want to have all the right gear first. Okay, well, how far off are you having the right gear? I'm about 3 or 4 months of saving away from it. Well, that's 3 or 4 months worth of content you could be making. Just film on your phone, man. Like you just need to get started. Start messy. Just start messy. Now, I would recommend you learn first. Like spend I'd say about 2 months worth of, or at least 28 days, I would say, if you're going to invest hard into it, of learning all the basics of what you need to know about filmmaking, editing, what works on YouTube, thumbnails, hooks, all that sort of thing. So you have a basic level of knowledge. And then once you've got that basic level of knowledge, just get started and just get started making videos. Don't worry about being perfect. Just do it. Then I would say once you have got started and you are making videos, repeat in the first 10 seconds whatever the title and thumbnail of your video has promised. They don't want to click on a thumbnail. And I've said this before in one of my other videos where you make a video about how to swim with sharks and then it's got a thumbnail of a shark and the title is how to swim with sharks. You click on that video and then it's about, okay, so we're in the sea today where there's loads of sharks, but we're going to learn to make the perfect omelette. They're like, I didn't click on that for an omelette. I wanted to know about you swimming with sharks. Because you need to double down on what the video actually promises. Don't deviate from what the video promises. You need to actually double down on that. Number six is to keep it simple. And what I mean by that is that we're looking at Mr. Beast style editing kind of going away a little bit, where it was like the fast-paced editing. In this video, I'm going to blow up a boat, drive a train off a cliff, and then if that happens, you get $10,000 and you have like 50 different camera cuts. Mr. Beast is obviously the most successful YouTuber in the world nowadays, but we're going away from that more. We're seeing smaller creators that have done zero editing, filming in their car, people like Sam Sulek who just film in their car, vlog style, getting millions of views. So keep it simple. Still have some B-roll in there, still have some jump cuts in there and some graphics and stuff, but keep it simple. You don't need to do hours and hours worth of over editing nowadays. The key is in simplicity nowadays. So just keep it simple. Next is to invest in gear and yourself. Now, I know I said earlier that you can learn a lot of stuff for free on YouTube, and you can, and you should absolutely do that to begin with. But as I've said earlier, the most valuable asset you have is your own time. And especially if you're like me and you've got a job and a family, you want to try and get as much of that time back as possible. So you need to invest in gear to make your YouTube videos better eventually. Now, I've always said you can just get started with your phone. If you want to get started making videos on YouTube, just use this. This is all you need. You can buy a $40 lav mic off Amazon. I don't think I've got it with me, but you can basically just buy a $40 lav mic. You can plug into the bottom and it just enhances your audio. And that is how you get started making videos, with just this. Then if you want to level up even more, spend $600 and get the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 with the Creator Combo, which also comes with a microphone. That is what I would recommend if you're investing in gear. And if you have got the money to invest, then invest in a professional camera and a professional microphone and other bits and bobs. And that's how you can level up your stuff as you go along. But I would recommend doing it gradually as you go along. But you need to invest in gear to level up. You also need to invest in yourself. And what I mean by that is invest in programs and courses that are going to elevate your content and give you a good return on investment. Now, what I mean by that is there's loads of YouTube growth programs out there that are absolutely worth it. Now, could you just do it yourself? Of course you could. You could just watch loads of free videos on YouTube about how to grow, how to make good titles and thumbnails, and just keep plugging away at that and just keep doing it, because it will work and you will get the results you want eventually if you just keep doing that. But the idea is you want to fast track your route to success without it taking you 2 or 3 years waiting and praying for that outlier blow up video that's going to get you 1 million views and blow up your channel. You want to fast track all of that and get that momentum to go forward. So if you do want to do that, then check out my link at the top of this video, which is my Creator Kickstarter waitlist. And this is a live cohort course that I'm building, which is to help aspiring YouTubers to cut through all of the crap, to cut through all of the rubbish, to just get started as a creator. And I'm going to cover absolutely everything: how to set up your channel, all the right gear you need, how to make good titles and thumbnails, how to film yourself, how to have camera confidence, how to do scripting, what sort of gear and equipment you're going to need. I've already said that. But all of the stuff that you need to get started as a YouTuber, we're going to talk about. All the little retention hacks that you can have. Pretty much everything I'm going to cover. All of my 2 years of experience compacted into a 12-week live cohort where you will have 2 onboarding calls with me, one at the beginning and one at the end. One at the beginning so I can understand what you're looking to achieve, and one at the end when we've done the course so I can help you to maximize your chances of success and get you to skyrocket up and get those subscribers that you want. And then you're going to have a 12-week live cohort, which is going to consist of weekly hour-long training videos and then weekly workshops. And then once all of this is complete, you're going to get access to 12 months of a live membership, which I'm going to have, which has weekly group coaching sessions with me. So all of that, click on the link below to join my waitlist for that. And we can help you get started. I can help you get started to grow your YouTube channel and to explode it, rather than it taking you 2 or 3 years. So invest in gear and invest in yourself. Next, you need to learn to balance your time. And I've spoken about this. Now, you need to learn how to balance every single asset, every single minute that you have in the day. So let's look at this in the sense that you need to treat every hour like it's $1,000. And then your mindset around your time will start changing. You'll start spending less time in front of the TV watching crap. You'll spend less time doing nothing and wasting time. You'll actually spend time geared towards being productive and doing more stuff. You'll start getting up earlier, going to bed at the right time, getting the right amount of sleep, and you'll start getting into an actual structured routine that you'll find will work for you. Now, there's a lot of people that talk about this. Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of them that talks about you have 17 hours in a day, or about 1,000 minutes to make shit happen. And what they mean by that is that if you have 24 hours in a day, let's say you sleep for 7 of them. Most people sleep between 6 and 8 hours a day. So we'll cut it down the middle and say 7. If you sleep for 7 hours a day, you then have 17 hours left. That is about 1,000 minutes there or thereabouts. So you have 1,000 minutes in a day to get stuff done. Now, if you're working during that day, then you have to take off about 8 hours for work, right? And then at least an hour each way for traveling. So that's 10 hours for work totaled. So now you've got well over 6 hours still to get stuff done and make stuff happen. And you think, I haven't got 6 hours in a day. Now look at me. I'm someone who's got a full-time job, 2 kids, a wife, and I still run 2 YouTube channels. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm not a 20-year-old who has all the time in the world like a lot of creators are and tell you that they can get success from doing that. I'm a real person with a wife and kids and a job and limited income. So if I can do it, so can you. You just need to learn to balance your time better. Don't get me wrong, it's very hard. It doesn't always go to plan. It's very, very difficult to get that balance right. And I have to learn to be a bit flexible with it, because I have my structured routine. But if one of my kids wake up at the crack of dawn and kick off because they're unwell, they've got a temperature or whatever, then I get a little bit like, oh my God, my routine's thrown out. So I need to learn to be more flexible with it. And that, as long as you can be flexible, then you can manage your time effectively and you can get so much done. And you just need to decide what's important to you. And I want you to adopt a phrase into your everyday lifestyle. When someone says to you, can you do this? And you say, no, I don't have time. I want you to change that phrase, and you're no longer allowed to say, I don't have time. You now say, I choose not to make that a priority, because it's true. It's true. There are a few people in the world that have a lot of stuff going on that just don't have the time to do stuff, and they just cannot manage it. But most of us, me and myself included, have the time. We just choose to prioritize it differently. So we choose to come home from work, spend time with our kids, quite rightly, obviously. And then when the kids go to bed, we're like, oh, let's have a glass of wine and watch crap on Netflix. Why are you doing that? Why are you not focusing on your business? Get up earlier and focus on the business in the morning for a couple of hours. You've got time. It's just how you fit it in. And then you've got weekends and time off and stuff like that when you've got even more time to fit stuff in. So it's what you choose to make a priority is the key thing here. So learn to balance your time, but you've got to get the balance right. You don't want to spend all of your time on business. You've got to spend some time on your family, some time on yourself, some time on doing things that you enjoy. So you need to just get the balance right, and that's difficult. But once you get it right, you'll find a good stride and a good base level. And that's when you'll find you'll get a lot more success. Okay, so now let's talk about the fact that you need to be consistent with YouTube. And what I mean by that is you need to upload consistently. And this is something I got wrong in the beginning. I uploaded 4 videos a week, and then I didn't upload for 3 months. So it's about quality, not quantity. So when you first start, I would say you need to get about 20 videos uploaded. So it is about quantity to begin with. You need to just get a load of videos uploaded, because the algorithm needs to figure out what sort of niche you're in and who you're trying to target. Then once you've got the first 20 videos out of the way, focus on your quality and make your quality better. So it doesn't matter whether you upload 1 video a week, 1 video every 2 weeks, as long as the quality is good, but you need to be consistent with it. I wasn't so consistent. I uploaded 4 videos a week, then didn't upload for 3 or 4 months. And it was around the time that my wife was pregnant. We was having a second child. So obviously life gets in the way and stuff, but you need to try and just do what you can to be consistent with it. So even if that means cutting down your content to like 1 every 2 weeks, 1 a month, whatever, just try and be consistent with that process. And that's the thing I struggle with. Now I'm more consistent. Now I try and upload at least 1 video a week, and I'm on my community tab a lot, and I am just trying to keep the consistency levels stable. Once you get to that, you'll be okay. Next, you need to be authentic. Now what that means is you shouldn't be a YouTube robot. My wife accuses me of having a YouTube voice, apparently, whenever I talk about anything to do with tech, or when I'm spitballing my video ideas to her. I am apparently have a YouTube voice, and yeah, she's like, you're YouTube voicing again. So I try and cut that down, because you just got to try and be authentic and try and be genuine, because people can see through it when you're not being genuine. Like when you see people go, I can be super productive. I struggle with it too, but I can be super productive every single day. And you think, dude, you're like 20 years old, you have a part-time job, and then you come home and you're single and you live by yourself and you can make all the content you want. Like, you got to try and just be authentic and resonate with the right audience. And that's what you got to do. The AI is taking over a lot now. AI channels are taking a bit of a hit because people are trying to just spam YouTube with AI channels. And there's nothing wrong with using AI to elevate your content, but you don't want to use it to dominate your content. You still need to have that human and authentic element. So be authentic. I've said it 100 times. I'm in my late 30s. I've got 2 kids. I've got a wife, and I'm still trying to grow on YouTube. I'm not a multimillionaire yet. Maybe in the future I will be, but not yet. So you got to try and just connect with people and let them know that you are a real person. So just try and be authentic. My next bit of advice is to use the community tab. Now, bearing in mind, you're building a YouTube audience. You're building a YouTube community. You want to try and be authentic to that community. So use a community tab. Use it like you would Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. Like upload like wins on your channel. Upload community polls, because that's research. That is getting to know what your audience wants to see. Do image polls. They work super well. They always outperform the best. They always perform the best for every other piece of content. So you got image polls, you got text polls, you got posted images and all that sort of thing, and quizzes. Image polls always perform the best because people just click on them. It takes the quickest amount of time to do it. So always try to use your community poll to share wins, ask questions, share updates, even life and family updates. Just share the lot, share all of it, because that's your community at the end of the day. When you get to 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, you want to still remember where you came from and still acknowledge the people that got you to where you are today and share your wins with them. So use the community tab. That's what it's there for. And it does actually help with your channel. It does actually get you a lot of subscribers and a lot of reach on YouTube. So use it, because it's only an extra tool. Why not utilize it while it's there? And then the 12th piece of advice that I would give to aspiring creators or new creators is to not get discouraged. Do not start on YouTube and then think, I'm just going to give up. This is my motivational John talking now. You need to just keep plugging away, keep going. Do not give up. You can do it. Look at all your big creators. Think about who your favorite creator is, your favorite streamer, your favorite YouTuber, your favorite creator. They all started exactly where you are. They started with 0 subscribers and 0 views. Now, some of them might have had a lot of money, and some of them might have had a lot of startup capital to get started. Some of them might be young and single and live on their own and have loads of time to invest in it. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that they all started with 0 subscribers and 0 views, and they put in the effort and they got to where they are today. The problem that we have, and I did this as well when I first got started, is that you will look at them and think, oh, well, they didn't have kids. They didn't have, they had a load of money. Oh, look, they're single. They had loads of money. They had a successful family business. They already had a 6-figure business before they started YouTube. They invested all the money into that. The problem is you look at them and then you start justifying their success to yourself. The reality is they've just put in the work consistently for a long period of time, and they've got successful. They might have had a competitive edge that you don't have, but that's even more to give you the push to keep going. Because when you're successful, that is your success story. I come from nothing. I didn't have a large following. I grew my YouTube channel whilst having a wife and kids and a family, whilst having a job. That is your success story when you get it. So keep pushing, keep plugging away, and don't give up. That is the biggest bit of advice I can say to someone. Do not give up. It is a long, hard road ahead. It is difficult. It's not easy, as I've said earlier, but it is worth it, and it is great fun. And if you enjoy it, trust me, it'll be worth it. But if you are enjoying it, then please hit that subscribe button below and help me to achieve my YouTube dreams as I help you try and achieve yours. But that is it. You just got to keep going with it. Do not give up. Do not get discouraged. And if you are enjoying this, please stay subscribed to the channel, because we are going to have a lot of good stuff coming up, a lot of good tech reviews, a lot of good YouTube growth education, and a lot of, hopefully, viral videos, and success. And we love success.